I'm talking about the importance of cultivating your heart. It's probably not as exciting of a lecture or the title of a lecture as cosmology, but it's more important. And at the same time, we're going to include the heart with the understanding of cosmology. So this morning, I'm going to start the talk by helping us understand how the heart is related to the cosmic heart, the cosmic magnet, the cosmic mind, how they all work together, and then the physical heart, and then how important it is that we purify our heart so that we can record the currents from space, from the cosmic heart with our own heart. A great teacher, talking about the heart, says that the heart is a gift from the higher worlds, that it is not our heart. It is the presence of the Almighty Creator within yourself. If you don't remember anything from this morning's talk but that statement, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your consciousness. It's going to change how you relate to your family and your friends and your co-worker. Knowing that the Almighty Creator is within yourself. Master Moria says, to think sometimes that your heart is the cosmic heart that is embracing everything which is in manifestation. I'm going to repeat that. Master Moria says to think sometimes that your heart is the cosmic heart that is embracing everything that is in manifestation. The cosmic heart is the cosmic magnet. So those are 2 points to understand. The cosmic heart is the cosmic magnet. We use these 2 terms from different points of view when we're trying to understand this about magnetism and that about heart or love. Then we're going to approach it from those 2 points of view, or using those 2 terms, the cosmic heart, the cosmic magnet, even though they're one and the same. Now, listen to this. It's a little heady, but it's very cool. It is the consciousness of the cosmic mind that is the cosmic mind of the hierarchy of light. The cosmic magnet is the bond with the higher worlds, our inner bond with the heart and the consciousness of the great teachers of humanity. I'm going to repeat this, okay? Wide eyes. It is the heart and consciousness of the great teachers of humanity that pulls us into the powerful currents of the cosmic heart. So again, the cosmic heart and the cosmic magnet refer to one and the same. It is the consciousness of the cosmic mind. The cosmic magnet, the cosmic heart, is the consciousness of the cosmic mind, and which is the cosmic mind of the hierarchy of the light. So I brought this in so you can see the connection between the cosmic heart and magnet, the consciousness of the cosmic mind, which is the consciousness of the hierarchy. The cosmic mind is the consciousness of hierarchy. Okay? Okay. Now here's the next point. The cosmic magnet is known as the sun behind the sun. I know some of you know that, maybe you have forgotten it. The cosmic magnet is in the fiery world. Now, the teachings of Agni Yoga tell us that the abode of the cosmic magnet surrounds the constellation of Orion. Now, for some people, this sounds abstract, but for me, it makes everything a reality. It connects our heart, it connects our consciousness with the universal heart and with the consciousness of the hierarchy of light. So when we're walking around being grateful that we have a heartbeat, right? Think of what that heartbeat is connected to. The great sage tells us that the cosmic heart is our bond with the higher worlds. He tells us that the heart is a gift from the higher worlds, that it is not our heart, it is the presence of the Almighty Creator within us. The heart is important because the heart controls. And listen to this. This is the esoteric teaching. That the heart is important because the heart controls our motives, our intentions, our cooperation, and our attitude in life. The success and safety of our group, the success and safety of our family and nation depends on the heart. If there is no love, if there is no tenderness, no sympathy, no cooperation in the home, in the family, in the group, in the nation, they disintegrate. If the heart in our body is giving up, we don't have health. Even if there are cells in our heart, every cell of our body has a heart because that is the nucleus which is pumping energy and refining our entire system, If that heart gives up, we don't have life. You cannot understand what you are reading, what you are listening to. You cannot understand people around you with your reasoning and logic. This is what the teaching is telling us, that it is impossible. It is only if the heart joins with the intellect, our heart joins with the intellect, that it is then we understand people. It is essential that we cultivate the heart. So you see how important this is? People, in my opinion, are getting further and further away from the heart. And the way we can tell that is anger. They have so much anger. People do. Nations do. They justify that anger according to their opinions. So it's only if our heart joins with our intellect that we can understand one another. Now here's a quote from the book Hierarchy, verse 107. The cosmic currents pass through the heart of an Agni yogi. The cosmic currents pass through the heart of an Agni yogi, that through which the cosmic space breathes. The sensitive heart breathes also. That through which the cosmic space breathes, the sensitive heart breathes also. Sensitive heart being the operative word. That with which the cosmic heart breathes, the heart of the Agni yogi also breathes. The currents fill the heart and expand the sphere of its action, thus the cosmic correspondence. In other words, our correspondence with the higher worlds, which includes all the actions, all the activities, all the momentum that is occurring in the higher worlds. We can have no contact if we are not using the heart, if our heart has closed down, if the petals of the heart have shriveled, if we are only understanding life through the intellect, then we are in alignment with involution. See, not evolution, not with the hierarchy of light, not with the lords of Shambhala. The Great One says, whether people call the heart the abode of Elohim or the synthesis of synthesis, it remains the focus. The heart remains the focus, even those who, I'm sorry, my glasses need cleaning. Sorry. Even those who only see the heart in terms of its lower physiological functions regard it with care. How much more deeply then should a person listen to their heart when he knows about the magnet? That is why the teacher draws us away from everything narrowly physical, so as to remind you through each organ about the spiritual world. Now that's from the book Heart, verse 03. When I was visiting Brasilia, I went to a falls called Iguaçu Falls. There is nothing like it. Recently, I listened to a piece of music by a young man who had also been to the falls in Iguaçu, and he was so inspired by its beauty that he composed a piece of music titled Iguaçu Falls. If you love nature, it is a sign that you have a heart. If you protect nature, you have a better heart. When you think about the cosmic magnet, you likely think about magnetism. The soul or heart magnetism attracts the right atoms and the right cells and the right energies from the whole universe. Also from all the people around you. The magnetism of our heart attracts all those people whom we are going to nourish, or who are going to nourish us. Inspire and elevate us, help us to assist ourselves and to others. This is the magnet of the heart. Are you with me? Okay, I'm talking slower today, but I want you to really assimilate what's being said, and then you can listen and watch the YouTube later, tomorrow or this week. The great sage Master Moria teaches, the heart may be the focus, but it is the least egocentric of all. He says, not egoism dwells in the heart, but a feeling that embraces all humanity. Only reasoning shrouds the heart in a web of egocentricity. Kind-heartedness is measured not so much by good actions, which may arise from so many different causes. But by one's, this is an interesting word, one's inner kindliness. One's inner kindliness, which kindles the light that shines in the darkness. See, it's not might makes right. It's not anger. It's not egocentricity. It is not money that kindles the light that shines in the darkness. It's the magnetism of the heart. He goes on to say, if for us light is a symbol of the aura, its parent will be the heart. If for us, with a capital U, us, if for us light is a symbol of the aura, its parent will be the heart. How necessary it is that one learns to feel that the heart is not one's heart, one's own, but is something that belongs to the entire world. Only through this feeling can a person begin to liberate himself from egoism while preserving the individual nature of his accumulations. That's referencing the accumulations in our chalice, the accumulations in the heart. Only through this feeling can we begin to liberate ourselves from egoism. And then he gives us a discipline, the master. He says to strive, purify your heart. What that means is if we want to advance in consciousness, if we want our life to be healthy and happy, and our relationships to be better, then we must strive to purify our heart. Now, this is interesting. He says, it is very difficult to purify the heart if the web of egoism is making it fat. He's driving a point home here. If you are taking what I'm saying here today seriously, to heart, and you want to follow this discipline, here are a few ideas to consider, and there's 6. The first is to overcome selfishness. I'm not going to elaborate on this, just, remember the points. If we want to strive to purify our heart, we first want to overcome selfishness. Number 2, clean your vanities. Number 3, develop a life dedicated to higher ideals. Number 4, renounce your ego. Number 5, do not try to control the lives of others. It never works. It may work for a while, but then everything decomposes. The people you're trying to control leave you. And pretty soon you find yourself by yourself. Or a family finds itself by itself. Or a nation finds itself by itself. So do not try to control the lives of others. 6, and this is a big one, remove all obsessive behaviors. There is a wonderful book written by Torquem Saradarian titled Obsession and Possession. If you don't have it, you can order it through White Mountain's online bookstore, or you could call us up and order it. Or if you have it, read it or reread it. So that's number 6, to remove all obsessive behaviors. And number 7 is to cultivate humility. Humility defined by the teaching, which is to know who you are and who you are not, basically. If you think that something is not right in your heart and you want to create a bond with the higher worlds, with the great teachers of humanity, then this, we are told, is a strong beginning. To clean the fat from your heart. Develop your heart if you want to keep your friends together, your group together. There is a battle going on now between the hearts which are petrified and the people whose hearts are open. All problems are the result of the fighting between these two kinds of hearts, the petrified heart and the open heart. This fighting, the result of this fighting, is the cause of our problems today. The heart is the magnet, and there is someone, somewhere, some success waiting for you, except when there is no magnet. When the magnet comes, then your success will start. Do not let darkness dwell within you, because immediately darkness comes to your heart, to your physical body, emotional body, mental body, because they are not shielded. When you have darkness in your heart, then you are not shielded, see, against germs and diseases and viruses. Germs and viruses are destroyed by the heart. So sometimes, at least for myself, I find it necessary to separate myself from people who insist on living in their own darkness. Sensitive people, sensitive hearts will take that darkness in. It's like eating a piece of food that, let's say, okay, here's a story. Our teacher, Torkum, I was told a story that he used to eat hamburger. When he didn't have anything around else to eat, he would just go out and get a hamburger. And we'd all gasp, you know. Torkum would eat a hamburger, but this is the deal. He transformed it. He could eat a hamburger and transform it because he had a sensitive heart. If you have a sensitive heart and you have friends that are filled with darkness and anger and so on and so forth, you can, for a period of time, take that darkness into yourself and transform it. By doing that, you are relieving them from some of their own darkness. But they have to be on the path of striving, see, to purify their heart. And if it only increases the fat of their egoism, that means they are not striving, and that darkness is going to begin to eat you up. So there has to be, eating you up, meaning it leaves you vulnerable to germs and viruses. So there comes a time when you need to separate yourself from the darkness of friends or coworkers. I know it's not easy to hear such a thing, but if you have that sensitive heart, you know what I'm talking about. That person is attacking you. You're wrong, you're wrong. Pay attention, listen to me, do what I tell you to do. That's going to affect you for days on end. And that effect accumulates, see, and begins to surround your sensitivity. And then you begin to get sick and have negative thoughts, hopelessness, and so forth. So don't let that happen. It's like one bad apple spoils the whole barrel concept. Okay, so here are a few other points that we can begin to practice which will help our heart become magnetic. This is directly from the teaching. Gracefulness, tenderness, sensitivity, harmlessness, and magnetism. Some people have no gracefulness in them. What's the opposite of gracefulness? Roughness. Gracefulness, roughness. When they talk, they are rough, they are crude. They don't even have to use swear words to be rough and coarse and crude. The sensitive heart feels it. The one who is yelling at you, who is coarse, who is crude, has no sense of what they are doing to those that they are speaking that way to their recipients. They have no sense of it. When they do something, there is no grace. Gracefulness creates bridges between people. It is magnetic. It's a magnetic bridge. Gracefulness channels healing energy to other people and into your aura. So that's the first way we can begin to make our heart magnetic through gracefulness. The second way is tenderness. Be tender with people. I remember one day a world leader, called me and was screaming and yelling and attacking, and I said, calm down. You know, if you can't talk to me and your upsetness in a calm way, I'm going to hang up. He didn't hear what I said. He was so angry. He was yelling so loud. I just hung the phone up. That was it. You know, because it was not doing anything but causing a reaction in me. His point was that, to me, was you don't know how to control your emotional body. World leader or not. So tenderness is the opposite from roughness. Roughness, non-tenderness, stimulates the receiving person's personality. When I hung that phone up, I was so angry. I was upset. I was shocked. I was disturbed because this was a world leader affecting many, many, many people who is not in control of their emotional body. So when I hung the phone up, it had stimulated my personality life. Tenderness will go directly to our soul. If you have a vision that you want to impart to some people, you cannot impart it by roughness because it goes to their personality, which means it goes to their vices. But if you use tenderness and gracefulness, your vision, your expectations, your wisdom goes to their soul. And the soul then responds, and understands you. Number 3 is sensitivity. The heart is so sensitive. It will think things like, what will this person feel if I speak that way and dress that way and move that way? The one without a cultivated heart will be indifferent. I can do whatever I want to do. I can say whatever I want to say because I am free. Who cares? They must do as I say. This is the result of insensitivity. Sensitivity expands our communication with other people. It is so easy. Sensitivity is the ability to register the states of emotion, of the mind, and the spiritual intentions of other people. That's what sensitivity does. You register their motives. their intentions, their feelings, their emotions, their visions, their aspirations. You register them because you are sensitive. We could talk a lot about this. Maybe someday we will, but think about this. What a person with a sensitive heart can do. That's the person I want in my circle of friends, the one with a sensitive heart. Number 4 is harmlessness. Master Moria says that many criminals are those who never killed anyone. But if you see their imagery, their film in the astral and mental planes, they are superb criminals. They will never advance in the life until they pay for their crimes done through their imagination and thinking. Through their imagination, the criminal's imagination and thinking. If you have a heart, the heart guides you. It warns you and says, do not do that. Do not say that. Do not think only on the or only on the physical plane. Do not think only on the physical plane. Think also about the higher planes. It is interesting or strange to realize what is really happening that causes people to become harmful. The heart of the public is closing. A little child throws a rock and it hits a little bird, and he brings the bird to his mother and says, "Look, I killed this little bird." Boom. Then the mother teaches the child to kill a rabbit or a squirrel or a fox. Eventually that child, as that child is all grown up, is now a very powerful person who is killing others without feeling it. Since last year, 2016, or maybe even 2015, at the onset of the US presidential election, you began to listen to a lot of harmful language, disrespectful language directed at the then President of the United States, President Obama. That language has continued through to today. Put her in jail. Lock her up. Crooked Hillary. That person's father that's running for the president killed so-and-so. Do you remember these stories? The president is an illegal. His birth certificate is a fraud. He was not born in this country. The news media is now called fake news. Do you see what's happening? It goes into the personality and you become exactly what you are seeing and hearing. I cannot begin to tell you. I lost a long-time student from another country because I was watching CNN. That's fake news. Don't watch CNN. Don't watch ABC. Don't watch NBC. Just listen to me. Set up a Twitter feed. There is a noticeable lack of sensitivity, a noticeable lack of gracefulness, because that's what's being given to the personality of the citizens of this country and others. And so they're yelling and they're screaming and they're rough. It's true. Are you practicing harmfulness or harmlessness? Check yourself, check your words, check your thoughts. That's number 4. Number 5 is magnetism. An unfolding heart is a magnetic heart. Imagine a group that is magnetic, a nation that is magnetic. The greatest purpose of the Master's disciples is to link themselves with the hierarchy and with the heart of the galaxy, so that new energies, new visions, and new revelations come from the higher worlds. I want to repeat this. The greatest purpose of the Master's disciples is to link them with the hierarchy. Link them with the hierarchy and with the heart of the hierarchy. See, when we are linked with the heart of hierarchy, we become part of the consciousness of the great mind of the light of the hierarchy. If you are a disciple. A great sage says that a disciple must unfold his heart and work on another disciple so that they also unfold their heart. Then these two will work together until they have 9 people. Then 9 people, all with unfolded hearts, will immediately create a sign that will attract the heart of the hierarchy. A sign that will attract the heart of the hierarchy. Everything is possible for those 9 people united with their hearts. They live in one heart with one soul. And let me close with this. This is some words written by Helena Rourke, our great founder of Agni Yoga. This is from Letters to July 12th, 1938. She wrote, only he can deeply feel the truth of the teaching and become a flame in his heart to the call of the teacher who has in his former lives already approached the teaching and the great teachers. Among those who approach for the first time, there are always many waverings and doubts. But where doubt has made its nest, the fires of the heart cannot be kindled. Doubt, she says, is the most frightful poison. Nothing can be attained in any field of endeavor where there is evidence of doubt. No discovery could have been made if the searcher doubted the correctness of his theory. The proverb, faith moves mountains, has a profound meaning. Man does not realize that throughout his entire life, he does things he believes. Precisely what to believe and how to believe comprises the solution of the problems of being. Man's free will or free choice molds his destiny. You write that there are those who are indignant at the admonition encountered in the first book that says, love me, and consider it a sort of importunity. To say this, I say, she says, apparently the hearts of these people have become petrified, and they do not know what is the fire of their heart, what is the flaming love of the disciple for the teacher, and what joy these words of the teacher awaken in the flaming heart of the disciple. Love me. For by this very declaration, the teacher not only accepts the love of the disciple, but also brings him nearer and encourages him to follow this, the shortest and most royal path. Subtle are the strings of the heart. And only when they are tempered by its fires, which are kindled by contact with the furnace of life, can they transmit to us the secretly resounding mysteries of man's being. Nothing coarse, nothing demanding, nothing doubting or denying or deriding will find a key to any mystery of the higher beingness. Hence, this hatred by the desiccated hearts of all light, of all joy, filled with the higher beauty of devotion and love for hierarchy. And that's it. And I can tell you once again, that is from Letters 2, July 12th, 1938. So she kind of sums, the whole talk up this morning in those two paragraphs.